with another title on it, see? And Martin Luther King, his goal was to walk down the street one day with a white girl. We don't call that progress. No white woman watching this show or no white man in his or her right mind, white mind, want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, in return introducing their grandchildren as half brown, kinky head Negroes. They don't want it. And why not? You know why not. Nobody else, and I'll tell you something else. Why not? For what? Every man likes a son who look like himself. I love my little boy. And my wife, pretty brown girl, look like me. I love my daughters. I don't want no blonde-headed, green-eyed.
No, everybody wants a child.
Looks like himself.
No, everyone wants a child that looks like the combination of himself and the woman he loves. Yeah. And therefore, if the combination comes out coffee, what's wrong with that?
No, I'll tell you what. The integrated couples don't make it. I can name them all week. They just don't make it, and the world's against it. If God's against it, it ain't because we hate each other. Bluebirds and redbirds are both birds, but they don't get along. Pigeons and eagles don't fly together. The buzzards, everything hangs out with its own. White people, culture's different from black people. Puerto Ricans and Indonesians cannot integrate. Egyptians and Germans cannot integrate. Australians and Mexicans cannot integrate. They have different foods, they have different music, different cultures. See, you white and I'm black. If white people have a party tonight and black people have a party, the party will be 100% different. The music, I go in a white restaurant, we integrate today, right? You go in a white restaurant, you gotta look all day on the jukebox to find some music.
No. At our party, we'll have Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder.
Let me tell you now, if I go play a jukebox in a white restaurant, anybody black or tell you in here, you gotta look all over that box for some black music. Hank Snow, Johnny Cash,
Josh White.
All kind of names I ain't never heard of. You know, when that train comes around that mountain, when that train comes, and that truck driving around there. So what I'm saying is, ain't nothing wrong with that music, but that fits the white culture. You go in our joints, oh baby, don't leave. Oh, I cried all night. Who's that running out of my back door, honey? Oh, those are our problems. Then I go to Chinese restaurant, pling, ting, tang, tong, tong, ting. So we can't integrate. We ain't gonna never have no peace. The culture, the nature's different. I don't hate you. We can eat in your restaurant. We want to marry your women. We got your women now. It ain't nothing we can't do today. But these things the dog got. I see dogs on television eating out of the same plate with white people. I see dogs in the buses, and they do everything with the dogs. So I ain't getting nothing the dog ain't got.
All right, we on? All right. What's up, everybody? It's Dondre Dodson. And what I want to talk about today is interracial couples. To be honest, I do not know how to start this video. All I'm going to say is Black History Month. And this is basically a video of me asking anybody who views this video questions. Does interracial relationships work? Number one. And number two, is interracial relationships supposed to happen? Now, when you look at history, when you look at everything that transpired all the way up until today, you look at Jim Crow, you look at Emmett Till, you look at the situation with O.J. Simpson, you look at football players or athletes who've dated or messed around with white girls, end up going to jail for false rape charges and stuff like that. Is interracial relationships supposed to happen? Now, everybody comes from a genetic origins, and everybody comes from a place where their genetics thrive. For example, I'm a melanated, carbonated being, right? So I thrive in warm temperature, and I thrive in certain parts of the world that is compatible with my DNA. Same with Asian people, same with white people, etc. When you have people from different countries or different backgrounds or different genetic origins, are we supposed to merge ourselves with different races of people? Now, this is not me making a statement or anything like that, because I'm giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. Excuse me, whoever watches this video, to give me their opinion. That's all. I know I said in previous videos that I'll rock with all women, Asian, white, black, whatever. But when it comes to reproducing and when it comes to getting married, it's going to be with a black woman. You're not going to debate me on that. So if you ever see me with a white old picture with a white girl or a picture with an Arab girl or anything like that, just know I meant what I said. I rock with all women. So when it comes to relationships, yes, do I prefer black women? Yes, I do. So this is just me asking people, is it easy to be in an interracial relationship? And does it work being that you have different cultures? Now, I can give you an example. I dated a white girl before. And off the rip, her dad did not like me because I was black. I had no problem with this man. I've never seen this man or met this man a day in my life. But he automatically didn't like me because he didn't want his daughter being with a black guy. And it happens all the time. It's not just me. Now, there is some white girls that got some cool dads. Now, let me say this. This is a question for white people. If you happen to be so cool with black people and their culture, music, blah, 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 what do you say when black people are not around? What does white people say when black people are not around? Because anything a black person has to say about a white person, we'll say it to you. I know for a fact in my mind, that white people will go outside of black people's view and say, I don't know. I don't know what you guys say when black people are not around. I don't know. That's another question I got to ask. And it all leads back to, does interracial relationships work? So let's say you're a black man, right? And you're with a white girl. Are you going to, if you have kids, you get married, blah, blah, blah. Are you going to explain to your kids that our origins come from Africa, right? Our origins come from slavery. And let's say the pharaohs back in the first dynasty or whatever, right? You want to explain that to your kids. Are you going to also explain that mommy's origins used to be the slave master? See, I feel like in today's society is that we get so caught up in what's going on today. Oh, forget about the past and that was back then. You see within communities, it all plays effect. You see that whatever happened back then, it transitioned into what each race of people, the predicament that they're in now. You want to know why black people are out losing their goddamn minds and they're out there shooting and killing and robbing and stealing, right? It's because they're in a psychological state that they weren't supposed to be in the first place. That's facts. You can't argue. Nobody can argue with me with that. Black people are in a position to where psychologically it might be hard to come from because of white colonization and systematic oppression. It's not just slavery. It still goes on today. How many times do you see on the news, right? A white cop beating down a black person. And they make sure, the news makes sure you see it. This isn't just civil rights. This isn't just a police brutality. It's been going on since slavery. It's been 400 years of this going on. Are we supposed to be together? Nah, listen, I have no problem with white people. I have no problem with any race of people. I got a white homeboy that I talk to all the time. And he can smoke any of you fake ass black scholars on black knowledge because this white boy's so in. My thing is, Are we supposed to be around each other? How can these white politicians, right, have our best interest in these black communities when you don't know what we go through? I promise you right now, if you take Joe Biden and put him in Camden, New Jersey for a month, he will not make it. Walk the streets, go grocery shopping there. You can't do it. So how do you know you have our best interest? How do you know? You don't know. I'll say 95% of all politicians and they're all white. How do I know that you guys have my best interest? We depend on, as black people, we depend on white people for war, military, laws. God damn. You didn't put us in this position to not only we got to fight for our freedom, but then we got to be on your side when you mess with other countries. This is all white people doing. Here's the thing about crime, too. The crimes black people commit are 85% survival crimes. We may rob somebody for some money. We might look for drugs. That's fine. But when you look at all these wars, sex trafficking, majority of sex trafficking, when you want to look at corrupt politicians, when you want to look at the top serial killers in American history, it's all white people. They create demonic motherfucking crimes, or they commit demonic motherfucking crimes. So, are we supposed to be integrated together? Are we supposed to interbreed with other races of people? Think about this. You know what it's like having a white friend and then you go into one of their functions, you're the only black person there. Yeah, they might make you feel friendly, but there's deep down in your soul, you feel out of place. It's no different from a black barbecue, right? And then that one white person coming over to that black barbecue. They're going to feel out of place, even though they think they're down or they want to be down. So my thing is, if you're going to date outside your race, right, is it going to benefit your people? Vice versa, their people. Everything we do in society as black people benefits white business and white structure and putting money back into the white dollar. You know how much black people spend on Gucci and Givenchy and stuff like that? They go back inside white people's pockets. Money that goes back inside white people's pockets. And what is it doing for us? Nothing. It's Black History Month, so I'm hot. I'm gonna go. So I really hope I get answers, because I understand love is love. You have every right to love who you want to love. But when it comes to spiritual, economic, and morally values, I want to know, how does it benefit both sides? I want to know how. Because this is something I've been trying to figure out for the past 2 years. I done spoke to Dr. Umar Johnson. I didn't got so many opinions, but I want opinions from people who actually are in interracial relationships and it's working for both communities. Because as a black man, right, you know your community is messed up, and it's so easy to be like, oh, it's black people's problem, they got to figure it out. You got to understand the mental conditioning that we've been through the past 60 years, 70 years. It's hard. I hear my grandmom talk about it, what my grandmom experienced, all the way up until this point of what she's telling me. It's no difference. Yeah, it's a little more harsh, but in today's world, we have technology, so it makes it seem more covert. it makes it seem like, oh, it's dimmed down, but really it's not. There's still racial profiling that's going on. There's still police brutality that's going on. So what my grandmom experienced, right, it is no different from what we're experiencing today. It's no different. Hell, I got people at my job, right, that I know for a fact are racist. And I'm constantly saying hello to them just to see what type of energy they give off. Even if it's fake, you can't, listen, I'm smarter than you think, and I'm a spiritual person. I know you're racist, but you can't tell me why. So why would you work in a certain area with nothing but black people? Where I work is majority black people back there. So that's what I'm saying. If we can separate, okay, we don't have to have segregation again, right? Because white people love to be around us so goddamn much. We don't have to segregate. But all I'm saying is that black people should govern themselves. We should have our own military. And I know it may seem like, oh, it won't work. It won't work because we don't try. We should have our own military, our own judicial system, our own schooling, our own banking. Because if the banking system shuts down, then we're screwed. Everybody's screwed, right? So I feel like we should have our own nation of people. We shouldn't rely on white people to make the best decisions for us because you don't know what's going on in our communities. That's facts. Even though you think white people are so cool and they're so down and they dress like us, they want to walk like us and stuff like that, you do not know what's going on in our communities. You don't. There's no way you can. You know how hard it is? Single moms, the abortions, all abortion clinics are in black communities. If you don't, go Google it. Google where abortion clinics are. It's all in black communities. Who put them there? Black people didn't put that there. White people did. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to integrate, right? And if this is some pitch perfect world that we all live in and we're all one, we're all together, then why don't we all act like it? Because we're different people. We're different races of people. Genetically, spiritually, morally, intellectually, we're all different. That's why we come from different regions of the earth. It makes fucking sense. And I don't mean to curse, but damn. So this is just questions, right? And it's statements that I'm giving, questions and statements on should we be merged with other races of people? Now, I'm not saying that even if we do get all those things I listed, the judicial, our own military, our own schooling, our own banking, that we can't kick it with white people or Asian people or Indian people. Hell, if you want to go to the movies or out to eat with your white friends, that's cool. But I'm telling you right now, if a situation like that girl that just got killed going on a date with that white man, now if shit like that happens, that white man got to come into black court. He got to come with us. He got to come with us. And we got to sentence him for killing one of our own. Vice versa. If a black man goes and kills a white woman or vice versa, a white man, whatever, you deal with that. That black person messed up, he's in y'all courtroom now, white people. So I think that's how it should work. Because this whole mesh, this whole melting pot theory that people got confused in their minds, it don't work. It hasn't worked for 400 years. I don't know why people don't get it. People want to know why people don't get along and stuff like this, because everybody comes from different moral backgrounds. For example, anybody black watching, right? We're known in our community for getting our ass beat. Go outside and get a switch. Go get the belt. Don't touch that in the store. Getting popped in the mouth in the store. Talking back. Can't go outside. Black people know that. I'm pretty sure you know somebody white, right, that never got a butt whooping. Now, me getting older, I don't approve of butt whoopings, but I got them. I used to get my ass beat. I used to get my ass beat for stuff I didn't do. I used to get my ass beat for shit my siblings did. I used to get beat for stuff my siblings did. We both got beat. You did it, everybody getting beat. So I just explained that, and everybody black probably knows what I'm talking about. Because it's a different system and a different culture when it comes to discipline, when it comes to morals, spirituality, and the type of respect you're supposed to uphold. When you're black, the shit I just said, you know this. You know this. You know this. I'm pretty sure you know somebody white that never got a butt whooping. They probably get their phone taken away, their car taken away. That's what I'm saying. We come from different moral backgrounds, spirituality, intellectual, all that. So how can we merge and be together if everybody's not on the same page? Everybody's not on the same page. Every race of people is not on the same page. So if we're going to be together, we have to separate. That is the only way this is going to work. The only way. Every race of people needs their own stuff, and then we could come to the table together. Because if you want to be realistic, there's things that are owed to black people. There's things that are owed to Native Americans. There are things that's owed to Hispanics. That's land, that's resources, that's artifacts, that's money. White people owe. So how can we be together when you owe me? You owe me. You owe me what is deserved to me. You have something of mine, and I would like that back. That's my land. That's my people. That's my resources. So how can we be together when I need what I'm deserved? And then when you're in an interracial relationship, how do you explain that to somebody else that is the opposite race of you? And that's all I got to say. I'm heading out.